We use a lot of cotton, so working with Indigo and their growers is the perfect opportunity for us to really think about like how can we have a more positive impact with the raw materials we're using for our logo wear, for our cotton shirting, for our pants, and basically offer a better product to our customers.
Market Plus Source is a technology product. At a high level, it lets you have commodity crops and a sustainability attribute tied to it. That's really interesting and useful for brands that are trying to reduce their Scope 3 emissions because they can get that information about their supply chain. So with Market Plus Source, we can work with their existing agribusiness suppliers and run farmer-facing programs to procure and score crops with a lower carbon footprint. And so for the brands, it helps them meet their Scope 3 removal goals in their supply chain. And for farmers, it creates a new source of demand and a new signal to help them think about the economic trade-off, further reducing the emissions associated with their farming.
So Scope 3 is what everyone's trying to address now. It's also the hardest. It's very easy to do in their stores. In other areas, it's a lot harder to do further upstream on the farm. And a lot of them don't even know where their cotton comes from. Traceability is essential to these new programs. So we help brands navigate through their supply chain, to their spinning mills, and to the farms. And then we connect cotton from these awesome farmers into their supply chain, and they're able to make certain claims.
From the moment that my grandfather turned the first plow in the field, the mindset of farming is that we want this land to be as productive as it can be. They're not making any more of it. So truly to enrich it and to have it be as prosperous as it can be. Our real push towards regenerative, conservative practices began about 25 years ago. Sustainability means taking it from one place to the next and it being completely intact or better. Sustainability to us is just a way of life.
And so on one side, as they're making a more sustainable crop, a lower carbon crop, there's demand for that. That's great. It can help them make more money. On the other side, a lot of these practices are about making farming more economically efficient. When we talk about regenerative, it's actually regenerating soils, bringing more organic matter into the soils, getting back to an environment where there's organisms and microbes and earthworms in those soils, bringing organic matter into them. Indigo has invested a huge amount of time and money over the last 4 years in building out what we call our MRV stack. So that is everything you need to take a program to farmers, collect the data, process it, and get it to a tangible outcome. Indigo has a lot of technology that would let offers come in to farmers using the existing channels of the people who buy their crops. We have technology to make data collection much easier for farmers, remote sensing capabilities, which is the ability to infer what's happening on a field from using satellite data. A model called Dascent CR for agricultural soil allows us to produce an accurate view of the carbon footprint of soil every year without having to send people and do costly and timely soil samples across the field year after year.
A lot of what we've invested in is the remote sensing capabilities, and we're training those models to be able to detect what's happening in the field. And that, are they doing cover crops? Are they doing no-till? And all that information feeds into these biogeochemical models. We're measuring and actually reporting on how much carbon benefit there is. And that's important because without that data, we can't quantify the amount of carbon.
At this point, we have a best-in-class platform for being able to do that scalably and accurately. So for example, on the front end, it's easy to maybe run a small program, but when you're trying to do millions of acre programs scalably, you need ways to get information from farmers and get opportunities to farmers.
Indigo is able to see exactly where our chemicals are applied, what seed's been planted, all of the practices. To me, the opportunity was very exciting to work with Indigo and be represented in a way that they could substantiate the claims that were made. We were able to quickly validate our practices by leveraging our existing data and truly be able to bring forth an authentic partnership
I think the model that we have with Indigo is great because we're rewarding growers for being early adopters in this regenerative movement. That presents us with a really great opportunity to use our new supply chain connections and really like tell a better story to our consumers and explain the extra value in the products that we're making.